Hey Gemini, I'm your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of February 2018. Now, before I get started, I just had two announcements that I wanted to share with you all. First of all, I'm doing a webinar this month on February 10th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time on the solar eclipse coming up in Aquarius. Okay, there I'm going to talk about what's going on at the solar eclipse, how to better manage the solar eclipse coming in, as well as the lunar eclipse we just had and some general trends going on in the month of February. If you are interested in that or have any questions you would like to ask me, please sign up and join. There is a link down below in my description box. Please click that to make sure that you are on the list to make it to my webinar. I personally see February as the month to dream your wildest dreams and to actually make them happen. So we're going to be talking a lot about that, about what your dreams are and about how to move forward on them, okay? So that's coming in there. I hope to see all of you there. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is right here. I finally finished my 2018 Astrological Planner. I know it's a little late. I know it's February coming in, but I figured better late than never to get it out there. Okay, if you are interested, please also check out the link down below in my description box for more information. Okay, the first few pages, of course, are reference materials if you want to know how to read a chart or some things in the calendar. The rest of it is, of course, the calendar itself for each month with a list of the transits, the major transits for each day on it. Okay, I also do have pages in the book that are filled with discussion questions based on the astrology, based on the major transits of the month for you to then answer, to reflect on your life. So if you're interested in some spiritual and soulful introspection and reflection, this could be for you. I also do have a full moon and a new moon report for every full moon and new moon of the year in here as well. So hopefully you'll find that of interest and very useful to you too. But I'm super excited that this is out and I'm excited to share it with you all. Okay, so if you're interested, just go ahead, click the buttons down below in the description box and let me know what you think. Now, what's going on this month, Gemini, is that we had, or I guess had, a lunar eclipse on January 31st, right here in Leo, where the North Node is, and that is in your third house of talk and of communication going on. Okay, so what I think is going on there for you is that there was lots of talking, lots of communication happening at the beginning of this month. I think you were trying to have other people understand better who you are, what you want, what makes you happy here, and to really communicate about some things and about some passion projects that were important to you. Maybe also trying to end some kind of communication project or to take these communication projects as far as you can go so that you can really have a life that I think really resonates with you and makes you happy in some way. Okay, so that's what I see going on at the beginning of the month. The reason why I think you're communicating so much about everything that's going on with you and about what makes you happy, okay, to make sure that you're clear, to make sure other people know what you want, is so that during the middle of the month at the solar eclipse on February 15th right here in Aquarius, you can focus more on doing something new. Trying new things, exploring new options, and finding more of the passion and the excitement in your life. And I think what you're trying to do at the beginning of the month is make sure that everything is in order in your immediate environment and in the way that you communicate with everyone so that you can give yourself the best foundation of which to explore, travel, adventure, try new things that you have not done before coming in, and kind of just do a whole new thing with your life here, okay? So that's what's happening there with that. As you're doing a lot of communicating, talking to people, making sure people understand what is going on with you in some way. I also think you're doing a lot of strategizing and planning and thinking as well right here where Mars is, okay? And that for you is in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, normally of the one-on-one variety and with people. Okay, with Mars here making a sextile to Mercury, which will be at the very beginning of Aquarius. So as you're trying to communicate about things that are important to you, about what you like and enjoy, and about maybe some things you can do in life to be happier with others, I think a lot of this communication has to do with relationships, with people. Maybe there's new relationships that you have, new people that you're bringing into your life that you're trying to commit to in some way, or just new relationship chapters. And I think maybe you're communicating here with new people or with the people in your life about how you can do something new here that you really enjoy and that you really want, and that really means a lot to you, okay? So that's what I see happening there. It could be a little bit hard as you're communicating with other people about some new thing that you're doing, or about some new projects, or as you're communicating with new people. Right? That's because we do have these planets that are coming through the end of Aquarius, making a square over here to Jupiter in your 6th house of your job and of your daily routines. So as you're communicating a lot with new relationships, or with relationships about some new thing you want to do coming in here, maybe you're a little bit confused about how you're going to organize your life on the day-to-day, or about how you're going to have the job and the daily routines that it is that you want, now that you're making new relationships and meeting new people and doing different things that resonate with your heart. And I think you're trying to figure out how to bring all of that together. All right, if you can continue to move forward here and maybe even have a new job, have a new set of daily routines here to accommodate some of these new relationships that are going on, I think it is going to help you. That's because at the same time, these planets in Aquarius are squaring Jupiter. They're also coming down here into a sextile with Uranus, and that's in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. So I think anything new that you can do here is going to open up some doors with some relationships in your life, is going to help you see your future in a new, better, in a different way. You just may have to get used to it on the day-to-day, make some room here on the day-to-day or with your job to bring in some of these new relationships, new goals, new chapters that are coming in. Okay, so that's what I see going on there. After kind of working all of this stuff out in the mind for the beginning of the month and trying to think about all this in the right ways, you're a Gemini, so you like doing that. I think at the eclipse on February 15th, you actually step into these new chapters here to do something new you have not done, to do a lot of travel here, and to actually start to make more serious commitments here with people and with some new vision of where you see your life going, all right? Once you step into these new chapters, though, then the focus comes here where Venus and Neptune are, and as a bunch of planets start to move into Pisces in your 10th house of your career. Okay, so you're doing something new here towards the middle of the month, stepping into new chapters, committing to new chapters, new relationships, new people. And I think now, after that, the end of the month, you're having to figure out, okay, now that I'm doing something new, where is my life going? How is it putting my life in the right direction? How can I take all of this new stuff and make sure it's giving me the career and the reputation that it is that I want? Okay, it could be a little bit confusing with Neptune coming in, what kind of career you want or where you see your life going, but if you're intuitive about it, if you're spiritual with it, and if you allow yourself to be creative, I think there is opportunity for you to get real insight on your life, on your career, and on what it is that you want, where it is that you want your life to go now that you're doing some new thing that you have not done before, okay? So that's what I see happening there. All right, I also do see a good thing coming at the end of the month with Saturn, with these planets in Pisces, and a sextile with Saturn here, which is going to be in your 8th house of changes coming in. I think there's also some changes in your career that you're making, changes in your life to put your life in a better place, changes in your reputation and who you are known for, what other people know you for, on where you see your life going. And I think it's a good thing. I think as you're trying to figure out where your life is going to create a reputation for yourself that you like, you're realizing maybe there's a different reputation you want, a different career or slightly different career direction in some way that you need to get used to and adjust to and to make room for so that you can step into it, okay? I see it being very positive for you to start to change your life to put it in a better direction. Okay, it could be a little bit difficult towards the end of the month with people because we are going to have Pisces here in a square to Mars coming in your 7th. Maybe as you're trying to envision a career, put your life in the right direction, now you have to figure out how to work with people coming in, as to where at the beginning of the month, new relationship chapters were exciting, but you didn't know how to organize it on the job and on the day-to-day. I think what comes in at the second half of the month here is that you're starting to take this new thing to make it into something more serious, to make it into something that's better for you, and now having to figure out how you can adjust your relationships now that you're thinking more seriously about this new thing to help you move forward in the spot and put your life in the place that it is that you ultimately want it to be in, okay? But if you can work that out here, if you can have relationships, understand what kind of career that you want, and have other people get on board with you to help support some new or different life direction of yours, I think it is in the end going to help you here with Mars making a trine to your North Node to communicate more about who you are, about what you want, to be more open and to let more of your heart shine in relationships so that you can do something new that can really put your life in a place that I think is better for you and just more inspiring. Okay. That's what's happening there. Then at the very, very end of the month, actually into next month, we do have a full moon here in Virgo, which is in your 4th house of home and of family. So after you've done a lot of communicating here about what's important to you, stepped into new chapters, doing something that you really like with people, okay, and are trying to figure out how to get people on board with you to help you put your life in the right direction, I think then next month the question becomes a lot about home and family. Maybe then having to take care of matters close to home, having to take care of personal, emotional, and private matters as well, so that you really can begin to have more of the reputation that you want, focus more on your career in some way, and put your life perhaps in a much better direction than it has been recently, okay? So that's what I see going on for you, Gemini. Now your card for the month is the Knight of Pentacles upright. This is a great card. This is a card normally of money sources, dealing with money, positive things about money. Maybe there's some kind of new financial situation that has come in recently, and I think this card is saying, okay, how can you manage your money in the right ways? How can you take this new thing perhaps that's come to you that's been very good for you in a very practical and physical way here, and make it last and sustain it and steward over it really well so that it can turn into something that's really, really good for you. And I think this is saying lots of financial planning may be needed this month here. Maybe also needing to figure out what you need your money for and what you're good at, maybe even managing your gifts and skills and talents too, and trying to figure out how to maneuver your gifts and skills and talents and your money in the right way to give you the best life possible. And I think that if you can do that, you can organize your finances, steward well over everything that you have at your disposal in some way, and put in some good planning, that you really do have a good potential here to have a life that can really sustain you, I think, and that can really last, and that can bring you more comfort and confidence and stability perhaps that you want or that you need or that will be good for you. All right, so that's what I've got for you this month, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.